Hello and welcome to the live odds and scores preview of the Spurs vs Chelsea FA Cup semi-final. This is played on Sunday. It's a 6 PM kickoff. And what do you make of this game then?
I think it's an interesting game. I mean, I almost wish it wasn't the FA Cup and it was in the Premier League, because I think it would just be such a fantastic tie at the moment. I have to say 19 to 10 with William Hill, Chelsea. I think it's quite a good bet. The momentum is with Chelsea at the moment. Spurs are hiccuping badly. I mean, losing 2-1 to Norwich is poor result for Spurs. Chelsea, meanwhile, seem to have really enjoyed the takeover from Di Matteo.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're in good form, but my main concern is that they're going to be focused on the Champions League. I mean, which is their main focus? They've got a Champions League game coming up shortly after this. I mean, the scheduling of this could not be worse. Yes,
but realistically, they've very got a likely chance to beat Spurs. They look like they will go through. They're odds on to go through to qualify. Whereas Barcelona, beating Barcelona is hugely unlikely. I know Abramovich will want it, but actually Di Matteo can get the silverware in the FA Cup. He just can't get the silverware. 10 to 1 to win the Champions League.
Yeah, I just think that Chelsea, the whole project for the last 5 years has all been about the Champions League, and suddenly, you know, this is almost a distraction. That's why I find it hard to have a bet in this game. I also just wonder whether, you know, on the Wembley pitch, whether it's just going to be one of those cagey games. So often these FA Cup semi-finals are low scoring, for whatever reason they just never live up to the billing. The atmosphere in Wembley, you know, Chelsea versus Spurs should be an amazing game at Wembley, but yet you go to Wembley and there's no atmosphere. I just think, personally, I think under 2.5 goals is, I mean, a low scorer is probably where my money's going to be, because I can't assess it. I mean, Spurs are in awful form, and Chelsea, you know, I question their motivation. So I just think the under 2.5 goals, which is 10 to 11 with Bet Victor, is probably the solid bet in the game.
I think that is a very solid bet. Another bet that I like, and I think someone who's overpriced to score at any time, is Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard's the penalty taker. It's 5 to 2, top price with Sky Bet for there to be a penalty at any time in the game. Lampard's scoring for fun. I think Lampard's the top scorer this season. Lampard 3 to 1 when you've got people like Torres at 23 to 10. I think 3 to 1's a great price for Blue Square for Lampard to score at any time.
Okay, well, I'm just going to stick to the single bet, which is under 2.5 goals at 10 to 11. And are you going to have 2 bets then?
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I will be backing Chelsea to win at 19 to 10. I think it's a big price, almost 2 to 1. That's with William Hill, and I'll certainly be backing Lampard to score any time at 3 to 1 with Blue Square.
Great. Thanks very much for watching, and keep checking on liveoddsandscores.com for more betting previews.
Cheers.